Goddess, welcome back to another episode here. I am the Kid JW. That is Miss Diva Talks to my left.
What's up, y'all?
And this is from Tommy from Power. I'm joking. This is from Tommy NFG. Double standards.
Let's hear these double standards.
It's like that list.
Oh, please, Ned. Oh my gosh. Let's not get into the list.
Yeah. Or it's also like Keith Lee. So,
Yeah, a lot of that has been going on this week.
Yeah. We'll see what these double standards is on this list.
Standard. It's defined as the quote-unquote rule or principle which is unfairly applied in different ways to different people or groups. So today I want to go through all of the various double standards we face in society, whether we want to or not. And I'm also going to be doing something different that you don't see on the internet a lot nowadays. Being real. So I'm sure there's going to be some Andrew Tate dick rider.
Should it not be?
I was just kidding. I've never seen an afro that much. How much?
What?
How much?
How much for what?
For a wig like that?
I don't. You know what?
They're trying to say that I'm pandering to women with their double standard. And I'm sure there's gonna be some super blue hair Twitter saying that I'm pandering to men with their double standard. So if it doesn't apply to you, then just keep it pushing, okay? I'm just rationalizing the averages out here. And I'll first start with the double standards men face in society. Now the main one that comes to my mind immediately is just being flat out broke. As a man, if you're broke, you're skyrocketed to the bottom of society in multiple ways. Simply put, a lot of guys in the world just aren't gonna care because they have to worry about themselves. And they think you'll eventually just have to man up, I guess, and in the words of an IG Reels comment, get a job, little nigga. Meanwhile, for women, of course it's not all roses and petals being broke. You both got no money. But there is one huge difference between us. A girl could have 0% net worth in anything throughout her whole lifespan, but there will always still be a guy out there that's willing to date, marry, and provide for her in some type of way in some society. And we know it's always been like this in humanity. It doesn't matter how rich the guy is, he typically doesn't care. The weird thing I see some women do though is they'll be living in the absolute slums and bare bones of society, but say, don't talk to me until I see your pay stub has over 6 figures on it. Like, bro, what? You play in the league you were set on. Why are you trying to change shit around? And it actually can work out too. Let a dude try this and he's gonna realize that life ain't fair. The next obvious double standard we all know is...
True.
Get the hell out of
true.
here.
That's
Okay.
true. That's
All right.
true. For example, you could have been living in an apartment that was in the hoodest of hood. Okay, because I still wouldn't want to mess with you. But you could have been living. Okay, I probably would. But anyways, you could have been living in an apartment in the hoodest of hoods, broke and everything, car out for repo from credit acceptance, and you still like, oh, you gonna take me out to dinner? I'm hungry. You know.
What was that? You gonna take me out to dinner? I'm hungry. The hell?
I don't know.
Don't talk like that.
That's my broke girl voice. I don't know. I mean, Bob in here with the voices. You know, so, but then if I would hit you up and be like, hey, you gonna take me out? You want to go grab some food? I'm hungry. You'd be like, nigga, what? You better go in the kitchen and cook some. Can I hold a couple dollars until payday? Blocked. So, yeah. It's a double standard. Yeah, it's a double standard. Y'all can get away with it. Like, yeah, I got you.
Whatever. Okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm. You want to hit it?
Is being short. Shout out to all my short kings watching this, all my short kings out there, because although I'm in the 7'1" club, I understand y'all's pain. Being short as a guy is one of those things where you just never stop hearing jokes from people about. You're getting roasted by your friends every day about it. And of course there's the dating market that's already become the most biased market to ever exist. But being short adds an extra pain to that. I mean, there's literally an entire business model now catered to short guys for shoe height boosting. I still don't understand why you would ever buy this. I understand it's hard, but bro, you're gonna get bullied 10 times more if anyone ever found.
I was just about to say, don't let nobody find out you got them shits in your shoes.
Right.
you wearing one of these man makeshift heels. If I saw one of my friends wearing one of these, I would tip him over in public just to see him stumble. And look, ladies, I understand if you don't want to date someone that's shorter than you, but it's gotten so bad that you'll have 4'10" Skittle-sized ass girls talking about, ugh, don't you know it's only 6-foot guys enough for me? That's not a relationship at that point. That's a dad taking care of his daughter. And every time I hear a girl that's super short say that's their type of preference, I just imagine that train meme with the tunnel and wish her good luck. The next double standard we got is just...
But that's because of the aesthetic. I don't, okay, especially me when I wore heels, right? Mm-hmm. I'm already 5'4", 5'5". Mm-hmm. I put on a 5-inch pair of heels. Really? I put on a 5-inch pair of heels. Now I'm at 5'10". Exactly. So me talking to somebody who's already shorter than me and I'm 5'4", 5'5". The hell? And then I go put on heels because I want to look cute going out.
You looking like Shaq and Kevin Hart.
Exactly. No.
I mean,
6 feet is literally where I draw the line.
Wow.
5'11" is a stretch.
Because I'm 5'11". I'm joking. But no.
You aren't.
No, I'm 6'4". Really, I'm 6'1". I just told the state that I'm 6'4". Whatever. Should have measured.
See what I'm saying? Even the tall guys lie about being taller.
Exactly. But no, for me, I don't want a tall girl. I refuse it. You cannot be at my height.
See?
I don't care if you're the finest chick in the room and you're like, hey, I want to be with you. I don't want nobody else. I want to be with you. You taller than me. If it's just on if. Because if you're the same height as me, it's gonna be limitations to what I can and can't do to you. Because you're tall.
Like what?
We can't go in the backseat of the car. We both tall. Like, no, you can't scoot. Like, if you're short, it's more you can do. You can scoot down in the front seat, down in the back seat, on top of the driver. You can do a lot. You got two Jolly Green Giants. You like trying to be like a pretzel and what? It's not gonna work. So yeah, you gotta be at least 5. You gotta be 5'4" and below. You
gotta be short enough to be able to be folded in the back seat. End of discussion.
Yeah.
Being fat. I'm a firm believer to this day that the whole fat phobia movement was never meant for men. Like, fat guys gotta be the number one most clowned and joked group about in society next to number 2, short guys. Like, when I was fat, there was nothing I could do without hearing a joke from my friends about. I could have won the Nobel Peace Prize for solving world hunger around the world, and niggas would still be like, well, congrats and all, but it could have been solved faster if your fat ass didn't eat so much of Earth's food supply. And if you somehow need any more proof this is true, just look at all the famous fat guy characters that are played as jokes. Peter Griffin, Homer Simpson, Patrick Starr, Eric Cartman. I could go on. That's why the only way for fat dudes...
Yeah, but in fairness, Patrick's not fat. He's a star.
Okay. So, yet his weight is still the butt of jokes on the show.
But I'm saying, in theory, it's like, he's a star. Now, Mr. Krabs' daughter? Oh yes, that's the one. Mrs. Puff also? That's the one too. She a fat bitch.
Bruh.
But I don't find Homer as fat. He's a typical American. He's a typical middle American male who has a family and works and and presses buttons at the nuclear place. His stomach and whatnot. That is a typical what you do when you sit at an office job. How do I know? Now Peter Griffin, on the other hand, yes.
What does Peter do anyway? Like, we always knew what Homer's job was, but what the hell is Peter's job?
In the early Family Guy, he worked at the brewery.
Ah, right.
And then years later, we just don't know. I don't know if he just got laid off or he just... Because Lois doesn't work either.
Right.
So, they sell drugs.
To really have any type of game is learning how to be funny. And the comment sections of a fat guy joke versus a fat girl joke are
the most segregated thing to ever exist.
About 99.9% of the time, if it's a fat guy joke, everyone's just dying laughing, rolling on the floor laughing at the joke. But... make it a fat girl joke and you just started a whole terroristic attack in the comment section. And if you're a guy making that...
Not back in the day.
Oh yeah, not back in the day.
Because, I mean, that's how Monique got on the scene.
Yeah, being big. Oh, you mean...
Shut up.
Oh, I thought that was really leading to.
A joke, let's just say you'll be lucky if you have your job by the end of the week. That's why I was really surprised that Lizzo got the meme treatment she did, because normally you don't see that for fat girls like fat guys. I still think if she wasn't outed as a terrible and horrible person, people wouldn't be doing it as much. And the last one we've got is what I like to call the zesty effect. I feel like the word zesty has been abused so much and so damn near that if you do anything remotely close to feminine as a guy now, you're getting called zesty. You stretching after sitting down for a long time. Hey, yo, who you preparing that back for? Nah, you definitely hiding in the closet. You sitting down in the legs crossed position. Hey, yo, who you trying to hide them nuts from, nigga? Nah, you definitely closeted. You bending over to pick up something after dropping it? Hey, yo! Nah, leaving them cheeks out like that unattended is odd. You definitely closeted. Meanwhile, women will have a 10-person orgy with their best friends and no one bats an eye. And don't get this wrong, okay? I'm not saying I'd ever want to do that shit. I'm not on Lil Nas X timing, okay? But I'm bringing this up for a reason. There are some women out there that actually get disgusted when a guy does one of these quote-unquote feminine actions or zesty actions. Like, they'll actually think something like crossing your legs means you've lost your respect as a man in the relationship. And if you don't believe me, no problem. Go on TikTok and look at one of those videos about the quote-unquote ick. I already made a whole video on this bullshit, but it will actually make you lose brain cells. Most of the time, this is a problem solely created by guys though, but it still is a double standard nonetheless. And now that I'm finished with the guys, let's go on to the next section, which is women's double standards. Now, the one most obvious one we all know off rip is being a hoe. If you're a guy out there every other day, society is only going to applaud you and nothing else. Your friends are going to dap you up because they know you can pull. Other girls are going to be enamored by you because they know you can pull. And your dad's most likely going to be proud because he raised a son who knows how to do his thing. Meanwhile, I don't think there is a single other person proud of when a woman does the same thing other than, well, other hoes. Her friends are most likely gonna shun her even if they don't do it in front of her. Other guys are definitely not gonna be attracted once they hear. They're gonna run away as far as possible, as a matter of fact. And do I even have to bring up what their parents probably think? Which is why a lot of times women will just simply lie about their body count because they don't want that shame from society. Even thinking of the terms, like if a guy calls another guy a boy or a pretty boy, they take it as a trophy. But if a girl calls another girl a hoe or thought, they immediately gonna start having the most feral fight on the street right there. And the thing is, I understand if you're a guy who isn't out there like a quagmire every day doing whatever you want to, not wanting to wife up a Lana Rhodes that's been ran through like a go-kart track, but you'll have guys out there with 300 bodies and every STD not even listed in the book talking about, man, when I settle down, my girl's gonna have 0 bodies regardless. One at the most if I...
Exactly. Sit up there and talk all that shit. That's why the only men that care about the number of bodies are the ones that are not included in the count.
I allow it, but that's really pushing it. Once again, you ain't balling in the leagues you were set to, my guy. If you wanted to become like that, you should have thought of that before. The next one we got is obvious too, but it's women's hygiene products. Women have literally 0 control over their period taking over their body. Like, that really comes in when you're 12 and you're stuck with that for a solid 40 years. So you would think it would just be a rule in society that we provide the products to help them for free in some type of way. But nah, bruh, it's an entire extra bill at the end of the month. You're basically born already in debt with bills. And it's not one of those things you can skip on unless she likes to paint the road red every day, I guess. But you know for a fact, if guys had penis bleeds every month, like... that just pains me to even think about. Some blood.
I'm sure it does.
I'm gonna be scared.
I'm sure it does.
I'm gonna be
gushing out
like, yo, doc.
my pee hole every month, then we would have a product for free on every other street corner. And we kind of already do. Like, they'll give out free condoms and stuff before giving out free period pads. The next one we got is makeup. Now, this one's more complicated because I think a lot of times women will complain that men cause these super duper makeup standards to become so popular, but it'll end up just being them kinda competing competing against each other to look better with nothing to do with men. Like birthday makeup and UK girl makeup is an example. I don't know a single guy who actually likes this shit. And I personally think a lot more guys have shifted to liking a more natural face. But at the same time, dudes will say they like no makeup and all natural, then end up clowning a female celebrity when she posts a pic with no makeup for the first time. Like, these comments be brutal. Y'all be ragging on them like there's no tomorrow. It's gotten so bad that some guys on Twitter a couple months ago were trying to say that Margot Robbie, is mid without makeup. These are real tweets by real people that got traction. And this is her without makeup. Bro, you're genuinely just gay. Like, what do you find attractive? And pretty privilege is a so a lot of times they have to wear at least a little something if they do want recognition, sadly. Finally, the last one we've got for women is childcare. Now, most of the time, if a woman is having a baby, then society universally agrees she has to take care of it. Like, you made the choice, you popped out your coochie, take care of it. And if the dad just says, F it, peace bitch, I'm out, she's gotta handle it all alone. So if the child does grow up to be up because of neglect, then all of the blame goes onto the mother. Meanwhile, the dude that dipped out years ago isn't even into question. Unless she's balling out to like 10K a month in child support, it ain't gonna be easy. Which is why I think Mother's Day is celebrated 10 times more than Father's Day. Shout out to the king dads out there. Like, I truly do believe it shouldn't be shit on as much as it is. But if we're being realistic, this bias just didn't poof and come out of nowhere. To wrap it up, double stand.
Alright, so we're gonna wrap this up because we got some technical issues that's about to shut down. Want to take us out? We ain't got enough time.
As always, Colliders, if you enjoyed this reaction, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you like. Share with someone who you think would like it as well. If you want to check out Tommy NFG and his videos or his YouTube channel, the links will be in the description below, along with you can see me and the Future JW on our own YouTube channels. Bye, y'all.
Later.